attractive to scale. Most people want to see a human being and how the space that you've designed works for the size of everything and the position of everything around them. So we're going to draw a person to scale, and we're going to draw a person that's around 6 feet tall, give or take. So I've decided I want to put the person here, but I could also maybe put the person here. So maybe we'll do two. So I'm going to go back a few steps so I can remind everybody how we got our stuff to scale. So we did our 30 by 30 foot plan in 10 foot by 10 foot squares. And I'm going to be kind of working mostly in this corner here, right? So when I began, I had this spot right back here, this line right here. So these are the back corners, and these are sort of the center corners here, or edges of these squares. And I measured them to be 2.5 inches. It was a random choice because I thought it would fit on the page. So you can do any size you want. So each square is 10 feet at 2.5 inches. So I measured up 2.5 inches. So this is sort of the back corner of the shed, which we don't actually see visually, but we know it's there. We needed it to be there. So that would be a horizontal line that goes this way, right? So if I want my person standing here, you know, I could put a convergence line here, but then I need to know what 10 feet tall is. I can use this line right here to find my height of my person. And I can base it on where in the square they are. So I've got the sort of the edge of the person here. So it's about 1/3 in. So if I use, you can still see my line here. If I use that, that positions me. Okay, so there's my edge, and then so I want 1/3, about 1/3. 1/3's right about there. So there's the line. I hope you can see that. That goes to here, so I'm not drawing all the way. So that gives me my 10 feet right there. Okay. So if I want to know how tall a 5 foot person would be, I'm going to just make it simple. I'm going to use a piece of paper and do some folding. So there's my 10 feet. And if I want to, this is just printer paper. Sorry about the noise. So 5 feet would be about here. So if I want to do this incrementally without having to do math, because some of us artists struggle with math, those who don't can divide whatever that measurement up is. Let's do it one more time. Really just need it at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it gives us 8. So, and our center is still right here. So I would say that you could safely say this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that would be right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know, 5. I would go middle of here. Gives you a 6 foot tall person. And I don't know, you can Google silhouettes of people. You can have some fun, draw a character or a real person you know. I'm just going to make it like the shape of a person who's kind of standing there. And I'm going to mostly silhouette the person, I think. Oh, just going to play with my markers. I'm going to do something kind of stylized. What was this? This is my C5. Have fun with my marker. My Le Pen. Baseball hat. There we go. We have a person. Now it might be easier to see our guy over here. So we can do the same thing. So we can say, well, this is about where we want the person to stand. The vantage point here. Corners right here. So this is our 10-foot mark right here. So if we go, so the line is here. So our 10-foot tall person would be kind of about there. That's pretty tall, right? So we can do the same thing with the paper, or I can use some metric. Let's say, oh, that's 13. So 6 and 12, so 6.5. That's half of that. I would go about here. So that's 10 feet, that's a lot. So, and then we can put another person, maybe standing by looking at the fire. Or you can make it a lady. That was the measurement. I'm thinking I gave her a big nose for a minute. Oh, maybe she's on her phone, taking a picture of the fire. I tend to scribble until I find what I'm looking for. Sometimes I don't know, and the scribbling helps me kind of get there. Here. I like this side. Just enough to get an essence of a person. You can add color, do whatever you want. Sun's over there again, so I'm putting a little more shadow on her back. Can't say I was thinking that much about the other guy. have a nice little white marker you can use to, there. My nice dark one. Play. Of course, you could throw color in there, jeans, whatever. But that's enough to give you the idea of what it is to put some people to scale. And they do kind of look like they're around the same size, don't they?